All right, so what is a business object, technically speaking? Well, it's a self-contained piece of software that represents a real-world thing, right? Like an employee or an invoice. But here's the absolutely critical part. It's not just the data. It's the data and all the rules that go with it, all bundled up together in one neat package.
An easier way to think about it? Just picture a highly specialized manager. If you need anything at all related to an employee, you don't go digging through filing cabinets yourself. No way. You go to the employee manager, and they handle everything for you the right way.
Okay, so that's the theory. But how does this actually work in the real world? This is where it gets really cool. Let's follow the journey of a few different tools and see how they all use this manager idea, focusing on the person business object from our diagram.
So first up, a hiring manager needs to add a new employee. They open up the application's user interface, the UI, and type in the details. But here is the secret. That screen, that UI, it never ever touches the database tables directly. Instead, it just sends a simple request to the person business object saying, hey, create a new person for me and here's all their info. Okay, now let's switch gears. An administrator needs to load 1,000 new hires from a spreadsheet. They're not going to type them in one by one, right? They use a special bulk loading tool called HDL. And where does HDL send all that data? You guessed it, to the exact same person business object. And this right here, this is the whole point. It doesn't matter what tool you're using. It could be a reporting tool like BI Publisher that just needs a list of employees, an integration with another system, or even a completely custom-built app. They all have to go through that one single trusted front door. This is what creates one source of truth for anything and everything related to a person. So, from the outside, all these different tools see this one nice, clean entry point to get what they need. But what's actually happening behind that door? What kind of work is the business object really doing? Looking from the outside in, the view is just simple. Every tool just has to know how to have a conversation with one thing, the person object. It's clean, it's predictable, and it's incredibly reliable. But behind that curtain, oh man, that business object is doing some serious heavy lifting. It's juggling this whole complicated web of interconnected database tables. There's a table for their basic personal data, another for their names, another for addresses, another for their job assignments, their salary, and on and on. The object is the only thing that knows how they all fit together. So really, the business object is acting like this crucial shield. It hides all that database messiness from the rest of the world. And even more importantly, it guarantees that every single change, no matter if it came from the UI or a data load, follows the exact same set of business rules. That's how you keep your data clean and trustworthy. This entire beautiful architecture really just boils down to one fundamental principle. A single golden rule that makes the whole thing work so well. And here it is. This is the single most important thing to take away from all of this. Tools talk to business objects. They do not talk directly to tables. That discipline, that one rule, is what brings order to all that potential chaos. So why is this one little rule so powerful? Well, for one, it creates that single source of truth we talked about, so everybody's on the same page. It makes life way easier for developers because they don't need to be experts on the messy database structure. It guarantees data integrity because all the validation rules live in one central place. And finally, it gives you incredible flexibility. Oracle can completely change the database tables behind the scenes, but as long as the business object looks the same from the outside, none of the other tools will even notice.
And that leaves us with a final thought. This idea. Hiding a really complex reality behind a simple, elegant interface? It's absolutely everywhere in technology. Think about it. When you tap one button on your phone to take a picture, you're using a simple interface to kick off an incredibly complex chain of events. So the question to leave you with is, where else do you see this powerful principle at play?